What's going on, guys? Welcome to VOS Red Carpet. My name is Jackson Vunganyi. I want to thank you for joining us today on the show. As always, right here, we bring you the latest in entertainment news, in sports, in fashion, in film and television from around the world. And let's go. Afrobeat king Fela Kuti continues to be honored more than 2 decades after his passing. He is nominated for induction into the 2021 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame alongside LL Cool J, Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige, Dionne Warwick, and the Foo Fighters. Kuti would be the first African inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in Cleveland, Ohio. The inductees will be announced in May. The creative spirit of African-American dancer, director, and choreographer Alvin Ailey has inspired a new documentary about his impact on modern dance and Black culture. Penelope Pulu has more.
Spirituals, gospels, and blues informed Alvin Ailey's dance movements. Ailey was raised in poverty by a single mother in segregated Texas. His upbringing informed his choreography, a blend of modern dance and ballet, speaking to the Black experience. Using archival footage, filmmaker Jamila Wignot explores the influences behind Ailey's creative genius in her documentary, Ailey.
I really wanted to come at it in the way that Mr. Ailey came at it, and that was about let's acknowledge that there is pain and struggle in this story, but let's also look at what are the essential things that keep us going, and where are the strengths, and what is true to the everyday experiences of being in this particular community.
Identity was a strong message. Being able to say through the choreography, I am, was a very, very important theme that ran through the dances.
Wignot explains how Alvin Ailey's dance creation, entitled Revelations, expressed the communal joy Black people felt through dancing the night away and worshiping at church the morning after.
He wanted for every kind of audience to be able to come to a theater and experience a human story in the bodies of these people. And I think that's when Mr. Ailey talks about his work being universal.
His dance, entitled Cry, was dedicated to his mother and to motherhood at large.
The Black women who would encourage you, who would be there always, who were so supportive, that you could not fail.
What he's really trying to access and draw upon are these kind of women who have been the strength of a community, and certainly in his own life, being raised by a single mother for the vast majority of his youth.
Wignot hopes the documentary offers insight into Ailey's inner psyche as a prolific choreographer of 72 dance works, as an aloof individual, and as a gay African-American who did not allow himself into permanent relationships.
He has this kind of heroic quality to him, as well as these real human struggles.
Penelope Pulu, VOA News, Washington.
And in a new documentary about pop star Britney Spears, filmmakers take another look at the 2008 court ruling that gave Spears' father control of her finances when she was taken to a psychiatric hospital. There is a growing #FreeBritney movement of fans who want to see her regain control of her business.
The documentary's release has refocused public attention on the pop star's life, including an old interview with former boyfriend Justin Timberlake, who described their sex life and says he ridiculed her by hiring a lookalike for his Cry Me a River music video. Framing Britney Spears producer Samantha Stark told the Associated Press that Spears' story is about more than pop music. It's about how people treat one another regardless of status.
I mean, what does the world get out of being mean-spirited towards somebody, anybody? And I think, we're going through a reckoning in how we treat each other in general. And Britney is an example of this, but I feel like it's not a celebrity story. It's a story about how we treat each other.
The film's release brought social media criticism of Timberlake for controlling the narrative after their breakup, piling onto public scrutiny about Spears' clothes, her body, and her sexuality. Timberlake posted an apology on Instagram, saying he is deeply sorry for times when he spoke out of turn or did not speak up for what was right, that he felt short in those moments and benefited from a system that condones misogyny and racism. Timberlake also apologized to Janet Jackson in the post, referring to their controversial Super Bowl halftime show in 2004, when he exposed her breast in what was later described as a wardrobe malfunction.
American actress Ashley Judd tells the New York Times that if she wasn't famous, she would have lost her leg after tripping in a Congolese rainforest. She was looking for bonobos chimpanzees when she fell and shattered her tibia. From a hospital bed in South Africa, Judd told columnist Nicholas Christoph that she was carried out in a hammock and evacuated by motorbike, and one person driving and another person holding her leg together. And let's go to East Africa in Kenya, and with the coronavirus guidelines eliminating large audiences, some Kenyan performers have taken to the streets to earn a living. The clan acrobats are entertaining motorists stuck in traffic with juggling, balancing, and tumbling. Mukelwa Hechwayo has our story from Nairobi.
Being stuck in Nairobi's notorious traffic can be boring, but the clan acrobats are making it much more interesting. Due to the COVID pandemic, they have taken their act outside, performing for a captive audience waiting in traffic.
Us like acrobats, we deal with gathering, where people should gather. We entertain the big crowds. Now due to this COVID-19, people can't gather together.
The ban on large gatherings has hurt the income of many Kenyan performers whose normal venues have shut down. The clan acrobats are managing to get by, entertaining motorists with different degrees of gratitude.
The good thing is they're waiting for the traffic lights when they are red. That's when they do the thing. When the traffic lights are green, they move.
Kenya's Bureau of Statistics says unemployment has doubled under lockdown measures meant to stop the virus.
The youth unemployment before COVID was high, and during the COVID it has gone so much high that a number of youths that I know that we work under has lost job opportunities.
After a long day performing in traffic, the clan acrobats helped train the next generation. 10-year-old Alvin Ailey started with the group 4 years ago.
I want to be an acrobat when I am older because it is my talent. I want to earn money so that I can help poor people.
To keep themselves out of poverty, the clan acrobats plan to keep performing for motorists while they wait for a green light on pandemic restrictions to be lifted. Mukelwa Hechwayo for VOA News, Nairobi.
Now you know coronavirus has cancelled everything, and it has cancelled Brazil's famed Rio Carnival. But it can't completely silence the festival's lively music performances and extravagant fashion.
Groups including the Desliga da Justiça have turned to online events for their backers, streaming music and dances via YouTube and other social media platforms. Band president Leandro Monteiro shares their intention of going virtual, although things are different this year.
Our intention is to reproduce at least a little bit because it's not the same thing. Our carnival.
Desliga has been holding the parties since 2009, and the gatherings have been growing ever since. This year, all members of the band took a PCR test for coronavirus when they arrived at a studio in the south zone of Rio de Janeiro. Brazil is still recording an average of more than 1,000 deaths a day from the pandemic, and as in many countries, immunization campaigns have been lagging.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson says that he ripped open past wounds in creating his new NBC TV series, Young Rock. It is based on the actor-wrestler's early life and explores his early football career, high school years in Hawaii, and his complex relationship with pro wrestler and father, Rocky Johnson. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking?
Johnson tells the Associated Press that his dad's death in 2020 changed the trajectory of the show, impressing upon him the need for it to be authentic.
I did know that in my heart the most important thing was to be authentic and to be okay with ripping some stories open and ripping some past open.
And despite some hard times growing up, the actor looks back on his teenage relationship with his dad fondly.
When you're in the thick of things and things are tough, but love is still there and you're anchored by family, and I still had this opportunity to go and witness these real life heroes in front of me, like my dad and these wrestlers who were adored and loved and so strong and powerful. You look back on these stories and I become so incredibly grateful.
Okay, there's a little boy here.
I'll sign your chest.
Ah, that's my boy.
Nothing is more important than family.
You know, when you grow up around wrestlers, sometimes you learn lessons in very interesting ways.
It's all fake anyways. What happened?
I did not raise him. Special boy.
And let's end the show with news of a second child for the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. A spokesperson for Prince Harry and Meghan confirmed that their son Archie is going to be a big brother. Congratulations to you, Duke and Duchess of Sussex.
In a black and white photo, the couple sit with Harry's hand under Meghan's head as she lies on his lap with her hand resting on her bump. In November, Meghan revealed that she had a miscarriage in July last year, giving a personal account of the traumatic experience in hope of helping others. A Buckingham Palace spokesman said, "Her Majesty Duke of Edinburgh, Prince of Wales and the entire family are delighted and wish them well. The baby will be 8th in line to the British throne."
And with that, we come to the end of our show today. My name is Jackson Bunganya. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voanews.com. We're also on all social media platforms, on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube, where you can watch our videos. Remember to share and subscribe. Until next time, catch you right here. Goodbye, everyone.